Welcome to One If by Land, Two If by Sea. I'm Jamie Otis of the Chef's Connection. This restaurant is dubbed as the most romantic restaurant, and there's no doubt about it. When you walk in, the ambiance oozes romance. It contains the old world feel with dual fireplaces, multiple chandeliers hanging high from the ceilings, and fresh, beautiful flowers are placed elegantly on each table. But what about the food? Today, Chef Colt Taylor is bringing us into his kitchen where he'll be showing us how he prepares a braised short rib based on the Vietnamese street food pho, a meal that he describes as progressive American. Let's go see this. Chef Colt Taylor, thank you so much for inviting us back into your kitchen. This is phenomenal. Look at all these ingredients. I don't even know where to begin. What are these?
Well, this is the basis to pho, the classic Vietnamese street food dish that's based on veal stock, as well as a wide range of spices from cinnamon to cardamom, fennel seed, star anise, and then we add a little bit of sassafras bark, also known as root bark, which is the basis to the original root beer. It's indigenous to the northeastern United States, so we're adding a little spice flavor that is very reminiscent of this local area to the dish. And instead of doing your classic noodle soup, what the goal here is to take the flavor profiles of Vietnam's classic street food dish and put it into a very familiar dish to people of the Northeast, which is a braised short rib with grits. So the goal here is to combine two different aspects of classic dishes and present it in a new way with a modern twist on it.
That sounds phenomenal. I am excited to see how on earth you're going to take all of these ingredients and create this dish that us Americans love to eat.
Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, obviously I've prepared the dish ahead of time because the braised short rib cooks for 24 hours.
Oh wow,
over
24
very
hours.
Low temperature. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that spice mixture and we're going to toast it. The goal here is to bring everything to aroma. Okay, and once you get the smell going, once you get that aromatic flow, you're going to put that into a veal stock along the base and you're going to sear your short ribs and you're going to braise them. And what you're ending up with is a beautiful finished product here.
Oh, wow, so these are the braised short ribs.
These are the braised short ribs in the style of pho. So the goal here is to take all that flavor and put it into a classic French style braised short rib.
It smells delicious.
Oh, I hope so. So, along with that, the other flavor profiles that really finish off a pho are your herbal bases, which are basil and mint classically. A lot of modern interpretations use cilantro, but cilantro is from America, and a lot of people have a scared reaction to cilantro because of an enzymatic reaction where it tastes like soap. So I try to avoid cilantro.
I think that's smart because I'm not a big fan of cilantro.
Yeah, it's gross. Not a big fan.
Let's be honest.
So we're gonna finish these grits off with some fresh chiffonade mint, along with some lime juice, which are the flavor basis to finish a classic pho. Ooh, gets a little crazy there. Okay, and then we're gonna put these on. We're just gonna let them come up nice and hot. Let our short ribs come up here. And then we're gonna finish it off with some fresh produce from around the area.
What is this?
This is watermelon radish. Now, the radish itself looks very boring along the outside, almost like a dull watermelon. And you slice into the middle, and this is what you end up with.
So pretty.
Would you like to taste them?
Yeah, I'd love to try it.
They're delicious.
It's so fresh tasting.
Crunchy. We
Yeah,
also
it's
have
great.
some breakfast radish from around the area. And we're going to finish it off with some caramelized cipollini onions, as well as some baby carrots here. Now, we've also made a sauce from basil and a gochujang Korean chili paste aioli. So all of these elements come together.
So this is a normal dish that we would expect to find here.
This is on the menu.
Wow. This is a lot of work for one dish, I feel like.
Yeah, it's the way it goes. You know, the restaurant itself is known for romance, as you like to talk about.
I do like the romance factor here.
The romance factor goes a long way with people. For me, though, it's still fine dining, and fine dining comes down to bringing food that is not expected to people, delivering food that they may or may not be familiar with, but bringing it to them in a new way. So showing something new to the people who come in here. So there's more than just romance. You can have the most beautiful ambiance in the world, but if your food is just blah, you know, you're only half of the equation.
It's true, because let's be honest, whenever a guy takes me out on a date, I mean, the
How
ambience,
often is that?
not very often, but when it does happen, you know, the ambiance it matters, but the food better taste good.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
So you really nailed that here.
Yeah, I hope so. That's
Good
the goal.
work.
We're gonna let you taste the food first.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna bring about the last two pieces of the puzzle for pho. Fish sauce. Are you familiar with fish sauce?
No, and to be honest, it's kind of scary sounding.
It is scary sounding. It's a basic staple to a lot of different Asian cuisines, and fish sauce is filled with the flavor profile of umami. Okay, so what that means is it hits your palate in a way that opens up all other taste buds. Okay, MSG is famous for man-made umami. This is natural umami. Now, you're not going to taste this because it would be gross. By itself, it tastes disgusting, and I'm going to let you smell it.
Oh, it smells really gross.
Disgusting.
Oh,
We
really
add
gross.
about a cup of that to about a gallon of this sauce, along with a cup of maple syrup. Sugar and salt, which this is very salty, combine to give you another dimension to open the palate up. So, we're hitting all the bases. We have our finished grits.
Now, when you place the food on the dish, are you paying attention to presentation?
I pay very much attention to the presentation. My mother's an artist, as you know. I think that the first thing you eat with is going to be your eyes. You know, if the
You got to make your mom proud.
Yeah, if your dish is not appetizing or appealing to the eyes, you're only doing your food a disservice at that point. You have to really grasp every aspect of it. The second area is the aroma. Okay, so this dish I absolutely love because
You mastered the aroma.
the aroma is there. The aroma is there very much, and then we get even more aroma when we finish it with just some fresh basil. So we have the fresh basil to finish on the short rib. We have the fresh mint within the grits, along with lime juice. And then we take some of our fresh breakfast radish, as well as watermelon radish, and we place it all over the plate. And the goal here is just to give you a touch of that spiciness that you're going to get from watermelon and breakfast radish, as well as give a level of crunch to the dish, because you think about it, the short ribs are going to be very soft, the grits are going to be soft. You need to balance out textures. You know, when somebody's eating, they need that textural pop in the dish. Without that, you know.
My little sister puts chips on her PB&J because she likes the crunch.
Does she also drink Crystal Light iced tea?
Probably. Is that what you do?
No, not at all. Nothing processed in my world.
That's right. You're very holistic.
I am very holistic. I believe.
Nice to have a chef who appreciates natural ingredients.
Yeah, natural ingredients, kind of like the French concept. Everything in moderation. Variety is what your body needs, which is why you see, you know, so much in a dish here, because variety brings you complexity, but as long as it's balanced variety, you come out with a very unique approach to a dish. Now you see here we have a basil gel finished with a modified tapioca starch Ultratex. We also have a gochujang Korean chili paste aioli, so we're going to add a little bit of richness there. Now at this point, our basil's wilted.
Wilted basil.
Is ready to go, and we're just
Oh,
gonna
smells delicious.
glaze it with the sauce. And the goal here, now you see the plate itself has some modernist molecular components to it. It's got some complexities to it, but the grits are staying true to the classic form. The short rib is also staying true to its classic form. The goal here being that I believe that you need a balance between modern and the classics. And I was French trained, and I stand by that at all times. Like anything, I believe there's progression within our industry that's happening every day, but you need to find balance.
You say you call this progressive American food here.
I call this progressive American. I would say that the concept of progressive American is similar to walking down the street in Soho. If you want Indian food, it's there. If you want something along the lines of Vietnamese, it's there. If you want something in the lines of French, it's there. So progressive American to me is really about the increased globalization of food, along with the fact that you're bringing all the options to the plate, but you're staying local and you're staying seasonal with the fresh product that counts. So you're taking flavor profiles from around the world and you're combining that with your local seasonal product. And then what you end up with is just no rules. You know?
Which is fabulous. This is the American way. We don't like living by rules. If they have rules, then we break them.
Exactly. So going back to the sassafras here, pardon me. Going back to the sassafras.
Yeah, so what is the sassafras? You were telling me about this earlier.
Sassafras is also known as root bark, and it was used to make the root beer. So the goal here is to give you an aromatic punch with a little balance of sweetness, and essentially this is a root bark froth.
This looks, I mean, absolutely, truly incredible. It's amazing.
So the question is, do you want to look at it, or would you like to try it?
I mean, I kind of just want to look at it a little bit longer. It takes so much work to make this dish.
Yeah, it's fairly simple, actually, and the goal here is that all the work goes into the preparation. A properly braised short rib is never going to fail. You know, as long as you have time, patience. I mean, we cook these at 200 degrees for 24 hours, and it takes a long time. So as long as the short rib itself is there, everything else is really just a backdrop for presenting it.
I mean, it looks phenomenal. Am I allowed to taste it?
You are allowed to taste it.
Yay!
I don't have a fork or knife, so I have to get that.
Do you want me to use my fingers?
You can use your fingers. I don't know how rough it is.
I'll prevent. This is so nice, though. Check out these spices. All right.
Now you have to try this, and let me know what you think.
Do you want to try it? We can cheers.
I'm gonna let you be the judge.
Oh, want me to be the judge?
I know how it tastes.
Okay, I think I'm going to try. What do you recommend trying first?
I can make you the perfect.
Make me
bite
the perfect bite.
if you're up to it.
Because there are so many options here. I want to
There are
have.
very many options. Now you see the
Oh,
short rib just kind of
peels right off.
peels right off, falls
Mm.
apart. You need a little grits in there.
Little crunch.
You need a little crunch.
It's more than just beauty. It has a little crunch in it too.
Yeah, a little bit of crunch. You got the herbs.
All
You
right.
got it all. At this point, everything is
bite.
there. Is that
Here
a
we
big
go.
bite? I'm
It
sure you
is.
can open your mouth. The food business.
Mmm.
Perfect bites. are not easy.
It's really, really good.
Thank you.
Amazing.
That's good.
Licking my lips. So yummy.
So you want to pack it up
Delicious.
to go?
To go. I'm ready to eat it now.
All right, go for it. Enjoy.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
Thank you.
I'm about ready to enjoy this dish right here. Thank you so much for having us in your kitchen and
you're
showing us
very
how to do
welcome.
this. This is amazing.
You don't need a date to come here. Just remember that.
All right. Okay.
Just romance here. There's also good progressive food.
American dishes.
There you go.
I like it.
Enjoy.
Thank you.